Now, let's get into some more serious things. All right, Nvidia confirms leaks. All right. So let's see here. Let's go over some of the leaks. All right, we can all appreciate a good leak, right? When something comes out it's not supposed to.
Bro,
Ooh.
I should have brought my umbrella because it's leaking out
Yeah,
here.
yeah. It's raining leaks out here, bro. It's pouring
Oh,
leaks out here. It's storming.
jeez.
All right. So just to give people an idea, let me give you a little idea of what led us to the leaks, essentially. So Nvidia GeForce Now, for those who don't know what that is the cloud-based streaming service that Nvidia offers. All right, you've seen streaming services. You know how it works. You pay a monthly fee, you get streaming. Now, the one cool thing about this streaming service is that it has its licensing permissions that it gets from publishers and allows you to stream the games that you already own. You can stream them from the platform because you technically own the license to it. So it allows you to do that. Nice. That's pretty cool.
That's
And
pretty rad.
yeah, you get to stream it right from the Nvidia servers. Now, someone discovered with a lot of steps, more than I could really count, to be honest with you. There's got to be at least two. So, yes, once it goes past two, I'm lost. But yeah, just a bunch of steps to sort of get around the system. It seems like what it's accessing is more of I guess a confidential database. Is more of like Nvidia, like employees, something only they can access. All right, and this gave us a huge list. For starters, it listed over 18,000 games, which is not on their normal list. So we know there's way more on that list than what should be. Just to name a few, okay, is God of War from PlayStation, the exclusive God of War for PS4. This is 2016's God of War. God of War was on that list. Returnal's on that list. Oh yeah, Dark Souls,
Oh,
Gran Turismo 7. Oh
Gran
yeah.
Turismo 7. I didn't hear about Gran Turismo 7.
Oh yeah, and then let's shift a little. So that's the big hitters that I saw for PlayStation. Let's talk about Xbox games now. We saw Gear 6, or we didn't see anything, but we saw it on the list. Gear 6. We also
Giddy.
saw an unannounced game from the Initiative. I'd assume it's the Perfect Dark game they're working on. I don't know. I don't know when that's supposed to be coming out, but it just says unannounced Initiative game. All right. And then just for a little more, I guess, random games here, Injustice 3 was on there. So we haven't heard of an Injustice 3, right? It hasn't came out yet. I'm pretty sure.
No, no, dude. It's about Mortal Kombat 11. I want to say it's the last one that came out.
Yeah.
And so they for those who don't know, NetherRealm tends to be on a cycle. They'll go Mortal Kombat Injustice, Mortal Kombat Injustice. And I know what you're thinking, like, whoa, they make fighting games like this? Yes. And the story mode is always awesome. We're always on board. What NetherRealm is doing. Basically, if you're playing a game and a fighting game and has a story in it, and it's good, it's kind of NetherRealm. It's NetherRealm's fault. They set the path for us.
If Chris, if you could do me a favor, get the mic a little closer to the mouth. It sounds a little far away.
Oh, oh.
Oh yeah, perfect. That's exactly what we want, baby. That's what we need to hear. So it just sounded a little far away. We still heard everything though. We still made out what you said. Oh, and then
You hear that?
I saw it. So let's see here. Also on the list here, that's a little exciting, I guess, for lack of a better word. God of War showed that it also like confirmed for Steam. It had a Steam, I believe, a Steam logo on it. So in other words, it's like these games that are also on Steam. You see their Steam logos on it as well. God of War had that Steam logo, and it didn't. That wasn't on every game. So it seems like it's pretty true that and we kind of suspected God of War would be a game that's coming to PC. I mean, that's what PlayStation's starting to do. They're starting to push out some of the games on PC. So why wouldn't God of War? Why wouldn't one of your best sellers be on there, right? So yeah. So we saw that. Also, to add here, there's more games that were even found that are not on the list, like following these same steps. Nvidia has since blocked the way to get into these things. So yeah, so there's some some smoke there if you're smelling a little closely. And then the last thing I wanted to at least mention here is there was also pirate emulators. Now, when I say that, like I'm talking about like Dolphin Emulator. For those who don't know, Dolphin Emulator, usually well, first of all, it's an emulation software, is what it is, and you can play games. A lot of Nintendo games tend to be run on the Dolphin Emulator. One of the games that they saw on there that actually had the picture with screenshots and everything was Super Mario Brothers Wii. Was on there. On the list was Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, but that one, the Mario Brothers Wii, actually had a screenshot, and it actually said GeForce Confidential, meaning they did not want this to be shown anywhere. It has no plans. We know for sure Nintendo has no plans to bring that to PC at all in any way, shape, or form. They're not going to do it. That's just how Nintendo works. All right, it's just not gonna happen. But it's
who knows? Who knows, Liquid?
Dude, I'm telling you, it's not gonna. There's no way.
Nah. You see, look at this. Is I'm gonna give it a little pressure. Maybe with Nintendo going all wild, you know what I'm saying? Realizing that like the future is online. They're going wild. And the way I say that, they finally added Bluetooth to the Nintendo Switch. They had it all this time, and then just decided, oh yeah, wait, we have that. It just
flip the switch,
and hit the switch, click. Anyway, but there you go. But so maybe they're finally getting to it. They're like, hey, maybe people want to play games on, like, play our games, and maybe.
I mean, look, sure. I agree that, yeah, maybe they do want to play Nintendo games. However, I just don't see Nintendo putting a first part, like Mario game on there. I could see them putting maybe like Mario Rabbids, because that's, made by Ubisoft. That's, it's kind of closer to third party. But I don't, like an actual Mario-based first party, like platformer. Dude, the odds of that happening to me are very slim. And not only that,
but never impossible.
Sure. I'm not going to say it's impossible, but it's borderline impossible. I'd say that much, just because of how Nintendo's good at Nintendo. We made that clear, And not only that, this was the only game with the screenshot that said GeForce Confidential, meaning they did not want this to go out. On top of that, it seems like in order to run this, they had to actually use the Dolphin emulator. They couldn't do this like naturally or anything or any other way. So piracy, sure, this is technically piracy, is what it is. It's how they got it on there. So we know they're kind of doing this illegal. Now, granted, they're not. It's not for distribution. They're not selling it. So I don't know how much they could really get in trouble for it.
No, they can't get in trouble. You're just working on shit. If you're not selling it, then it's just like, it's all like someone just tinkering with something that doesn't harm anyone or doesn't do anything. Who knows? This could have been a project, like, all on a serious tip. This could have been something they were working internally that maybe they thought about bringing to Nintendo. Yeah. Like, hey guys, this is something that we've worked on our own. Boom. Where you don't have to worry about all this other stuff. We would love it, because if Nintendo came to PC, that is a game changer.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, I agree. And don't get me wrong, I think Nintendo loves suing people. So I think they wouldn't if they could sue Nvidia, they'd be more than happy to jump on that train. So yeah, it's just wild, dude. Seeing seeing that on there, the Super Mario Brothers Wii, and then seeing that like the Mafia games were on there. That's not normally on the platform. Yeah, dude, it's pretty wild.
And the scariest thing, which I hope is not true, Kingdom Hearts 4.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4. That showed up on there. Who knows, Chris? Maybe they might do it right this time. Kingdom Hearts 3 was okay. Kingdom Hearts 4 though.
Kingdom Hearts 1. Look, I'm gonna bring the people back right now. People are like, Chris, you son of a bitch. Ooh, damn.
Oh man,
he's cursed.
You've been doing pretty good too. Yeah.
Yeah, dang. Hey, that BITCH word is allowed on TV. I'm just throwing that one out there. Anyway,
okay.
So
we're not. TV. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Rated X. I meant because of the Xbox. So where was I going with this? I completely lost my train of thought. Where was I going with this?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, thank you. So the thing is, like, Kingdom Hearts was fine from 1 to 2, and then they decided to make storylines on nothing. It's just got crazy, ridiculous. You can't follow it, and that's a person who loves Metal Gear, who's like, hey, bro, throw more wrenches in the story, bro. I'm here for it.
Make it crazier.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, I'm like, what? There's a vampire? Okay, dude, say less. Where's Frankenstein? You know, I'll fight that guy.
Right.
I'm taking on all contenders. But what was the thing, Liquid, that made you the most excited?
As far as the list,
Yeah, stuff on the list, baby.
that one thing that I didn't mention here, and I wouldn't say this made me most excited, but there was also apps on there too, like Photoshop and Twitch Studio, stuff like that. That was also shown on there too. I forgot about to mention that part. On this list, I would honestly say I would probably have to say Gran Turismo 7. And the reason for that is because like God of War, that's a PS4 title that came out. I expect God of War to be on PC. You know, I don't think that's pretty crazy. You know, I think people kind of expected that for the most part. Even Returnal, I'd argue and say Returnal also. Just because Housemarque, you know, it just I play that game and I'm like, dude, I think PC lovers would love that game. Same thing with Dark Souls. That's a PC players love Dark Souls. Gran Turismo 7, I'm not saying that PC players won't love it, but the fact that, you know, that's technically a newer title that we haven't even, I mean, we don't even have a release date on it. We just saw a trailer for it, and yet they're showing it on this GeForce list. I think that's got to be the most impressive. I'd say that and probably Titanfall 3 as well, because I honestly thought they were done with Titanfall 3. Like, I thought Apex Legends, they're like, oh, this, you know what? We don't need a Titanfall 3, and they just weren't even going to do anything with that. So, that's probably
They don't need a Titanfall 3.
Right.
The thing is, Titanfall is picked up steam. Now people because of Apex, people went back, played Titanfall, and I know more than one person who's done this.
Oh, I'm sure.
And got back and like, and people say arguably the best first person shooter storyline of all time is Titanfall 2. And oh, you wanna feel something at the end of that game? Go ahead.